Ahoy, ahoy.
Hello.
Hey, so how's it going?
It is. I mean, today's pretty good of a day. Yeah, but it's
Huh?
going well. Yeah. How about
That's good.
you?
My day's going well. Just, living the dream, etc., etc. So from last time and also thank you for providing me your favorite color and for giving me clear instructions on it. Funnily, that is the single question that I am finding hardest to get people to answer quickly. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I saw a KitchenAid mixer that was pastel yellow, and it was then and there. It was my favorite color.
Really? That's the origin? That's actually sick. I think that a lot of colors are kind of like that though. Like I think that for me it was like the green of I think it was like the green of the Pokemon Green, like the Pokemon Emerald cartridge that was like I think
Oh
that's
yeah,
yeah, that's when I was just like, yep, green. Like that is the color. And it's just I feel like objects sometimes just do that with us, you know?
yeah. I mean, some objects or some colors are just perfect for an object. I mean, it's like basketball. That is a basketball.
Mhm.
You know,
Okay.
and it's funny. The KitchenAid mixer I have now is pastel blue,
Doesn't do it for you,
and
does it? Does it though?
not nearly as much. It's good, but
I understand. Okay, so let's talk Smash Brothers for a bit. So when we spoke last time, we talked about drills, and we kind of had like a bit of a follow up where we talked about how you mentioned that you're still kind of like deciding how you to do certain techniques. We also said that you had some snapback issues as well. I just wanted to check in before we kind of proceed. Like, how is that? Like, what's the status on that?
well, I fixed it. Um, yeah, I don't want to call myself a modder, but I'm comfortable modding my own controller.
Yeah, I mean, like
Um,
there's levels to it, right? So no, that totally makes sense. Like I do cleanings and stuff with my own, so I know. Yeah, you're probably further than me, but like, yeah, I totally get it.
yeah, no, I have a little fancy uh new motherboard, and I can adjust it, but I diagnose it using my PC and not my CRT because it's unplugged right now, and I probably should go, but it doesn't snap back to any terrible degree.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, that's been fine, and I've noticed just sort of my execution improving a bit. I'm still not gonna say it was a controller thing, but you know, um, I
It
think
could.
that was the bigger sort of thing I
Hmm.
need to improve. It's just deciding how I want to execute consistently, since my performance is very different what based off of like I'm using Y or X or up or tap jump or
Hmm. So, what are the pros and cons of the? What would you say the pros and cons are of like the different your different grips really? Um, like if you use the Y button, what do you do better with it?
I mean, I do like out of shield things a lot better with Y.
That's important.
Um, it's very important, but again, it's like, or I mean, a little tangent, I guess, but it's like, would it be better to use Z instead of A when it comes to, you know, uh, uh, actually doing an aerial or like doing an air out of shield or something like that? That's more of a rhetorical question. I mean, I haven't really tried adjusting. I just don't know what, because I end up jump canceling grab a lot, um, and I don't know really what's I gotta test that out really,
Yeah.
and uh and then yeah, when it comes to like movement stuff, I think I like X a lot more, but that's only for like micro spacing. It really doesn't when I use X, I mean, I think I shouldn't use X just for me.
Okay. What do you think? What? Why don't? Well, we could. We have time. Why don't we? Like I could take a look at. Would you like to play against? Like we could put you in unranked and see how you look with, like, some matches with one button and some matches with another. If you wanted to just try different things, and then we can talk it out, provide feedback. Like that's one way I could see us like being able to figure this out. Alternatively, if you have input on how you view this time being productive, like I'm all ears. Yeah. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, let's try that. I think it's like an 80-20 split in truth. When it comes to sort of
Oh,
I mean the
if it's
nasty habit I kind of
80-20,
have.
if it's
Yeah, I mean the thing is the 20%. I don't know what the difference is, but I actually use tap jump quite a bit.
okay,
Um,
for what?
and I usually when it comes to like kind of instant aerials.
That's fine. Yeah, that
Um,
makes sense.
yeah, I mean I've heard that's a bit of a no-no only for the sake of like drift. And that is a flaw of mine where it's I don't really mix up my. I mean, Sheik has her limitations when it comes to drift, but I don't feel like I utilize drift very much.
So let me ask you. So for instant aerials, why do you use tap jump for instant aerials, and what situations do you use instant aerials in mainly?
That's usually when I'm calling out an edge guard. So like, if Fox is in an odd place and I know that I'm not really fast enough to like, grab ledge and then do a back air, um,
Mm-hmm.
I will call out the Firefox like going at like a pretty steep angle, and as long as I'm positioned within that ring where there's no hitbox, I can hit that instantly.
Okay.
So that's the biggest thing, and I found a lot of success with that. So it's become a bit of a habit. I also do it quite a bit when like I'm approaching a platform.
Hmm.
And I
Okay, so
think
that one I would have more issue with because it's not as much of a fixed position. That's where the drift can actually matter because of like her dash. You might need dash jump momentum, for example, right?
yes, and I also think like doing that motion it messes up my shield drop like a lot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because you're like, yeah, okay. What if you had to not use tap jump there? What button would you use?
I'd probably use Y. I sometimes do the thing where like I flick Y and then with the bottom of my thumb I'm able to go left on the C stick.
Okay.
Um, I mean I don't like it because it's just like I can't do it going right, so I gotta either claw or use tap jump.
You could just you could use like you could use the A button, right? You
I
wouldn't
could use the A button.
Yeah, like you wouldn't get maximum drift, but like the like you wouldn't get maximum drift, but I feel like that's an easier motion overall than like forcing us to use the C stick, you know?
Yeah, I think that's pretty true. I mean, it's just like as a kid I used C stick basically. I don't even think I remember there's a time my brother was like, "You have to use normal attacks. Like you can't just use smash attacks." Um, yeah, I guess that's a similar motion, just doing like a nair out of shield, at least for me.
Yeah, exactly. So like I've always found that using a button for rise until I started clawing full time, I always found even sometimes with clawing full time, I find that with rising and instant aerials, the A button is actually really useful. Same with the Z. Like A or Z, whichever one you do, it's fine, but button is king there because it's just so much easier to coordinate the input with the jump because it's happening so quickly. I think that when we're hanging in the air more, then it makes a lot more sense to use the C stick because if there's any kind of delay, then we can just get maximum control with our drift, which is great. But yeah, like sometimes the speed is more important than the drift, and that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's sort of what I recognized when I did a bit of my sort of like homework. I didn't really finish the sheet.
That's okay.
Um, um, I think yeah, like I said a little earlier, where it's like I think I went outside of the scope of that, just sort of, um, yeah. I mean, it's like I do need to just kind of put my training wheels on, and just like let's dash stance for like a bit.
How
But
about why don't you load up the game, show me like and just show me like move around a bit while I can see it, and then I'll take a look at like kind of what's going on, and we'll go from there. Because you can also we can also maybe try doing some of the like using A or Z for different aerials because that I think that if the reason we're using the control stick is so that we can use the C stick for aerials, I think it's going to be easier in the long run to just put everything on the jump button and then just use A some of the time, A or like Z some of the time, because it's like you said, there's all these other disadvantages we're noticing with the tap jump, like how it messes up your shield drops and stuff, right? So I think that let's just give it a whirl like the alternative or whirl, and we'll just see how it is, and yeah, then we can maybe play. We can watch you play some games, and we can give you more concrete feedback. Because I really don't want like our second session to just be like execution. I really want to like provide you like something more tangible to work on. So yeah, let's just give it a whirl.
Yeah, yeah. Should I go to like training mode or just like, or I guess Uncle Punch?
I mean, it's up to training mode and Slippy. Like again, I don't need the world.
I get you.
Yeah, I just need enough, and I'll give you my spectator code, so that we can. No, it won't work in training mode in Slippy, but yeah, so you'll have to share your screen. But when you actually start playing, that's what you'll need to plug into Slippy.
Yeah, let's see if I thought I could just
Should be like a share your screen button in Discord.
Yes, yes. I mean, okay.
All right, perfect. I can see it. Wonderful.
So I mostly do like practice on Battlefield.
That's okay.
I mean, you know,
oh, this already looks cleaner.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've been practicing like, I mean, just like, and this is more something to get into, you know, for the second sesh, because it's like I have been practicing the sort of like dash, the dash through, turn around, you know, grab.
Mm-hmm. And you're fine. That one looks like it's harder. So the trick with that one, dash further, like dash, and then dash further, and then like the turnaround motion is like very quick. Like the turnaround grab motion happens almost together.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Pikachu or Pichu on the top plat, you know.
I love
yeah.
So Pichu on the top plat, is that like a standard thing, a way that you do it, like to work in a confined distance?
No, I like doing it within like the little ball of Battlefield.
Okay.
You know, in Uncle Bunch, I just reset them here and just like kind of try.
Sure.
I don't, because you know, I don't like nudging them to the corner and then it being weird.
Yeah, no, like especially, I think that those kinds of things can be good later when you're more like practiced on it. But certainly at this point, I can absolutely understand how you'd want like a more comfortable space to work in. That makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, you know, kind of like for fun, I was practicing scar jumps, and I wasted too much time. And I was looking for like a custom map that gave me a ledge that was enough, so I didn't have to like constantly like SD.
You'd probably have to use Yoshi's story, right?
It's Yoshi's, yeah, but even like every now and then, like Rando would like, you know, kind of bug me. It's like I was like, surely someone's made this, but not really. And again, it's not a huge deal. You can actually do it on a Hyrule. It's just like kind of cramped.
It's only at the bottom. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, and short hop. Okay, show me some short hop like aerials. That looks good.
The one like I really want to get down is like short hop dare.
Okay. So how come you're doing them early when you're going up? What if you did it at the peak of your jump and then fast fell?
I guess the only application I ever use is just punishing get up attack.
Okay.
I do know that like, you know, kind of like jabbing a shield and then like doing that mix up is really good as well.
You can combo into that move on some DIs after dash attacks on fast fallers. Like if you go out of here and come back in, go to like FD with Falco or Fox. You have to be Sheik, but the opponent.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot.
No worries, and we'll just go to FD.
Yeah.
So put Falco to about 70 or 65, one of the two. Yeah. So we'll just keep hitting him till he's at about 60, 70, something like that. And then I think you can just dash attack into it on him at this point.
Ah, okay.
Like, I think that you can actually combo that together if you're fast enough.
I guess, I don't know if there is like a default or if there's multiple solutions, but I've noticed, you know, you put him in mistech, after a move, and then you follow up. If you follow up with a forward tilt, they'll do that weird flying kind of DI thing.
Oh yeah. Spooky stun.
Yeah. And I've seen just people just do down tilt. Is that just like the answer, or is it just like the most juicy, I guess?
Oh yeah. So the way that works is if you pause, I think you can control Falco's percent. Put him to about 50. And then what we'll do is we will just 50, then we'll just forward tilt him. And then what we're going to do is we're going to walk forward and forward tilt him again when he's like on the ground. So that happens because of damage. Whenever a move launches, like hits the opponent out of no tech, like the start of no tech, and it does less than 7, so it's 6 or under, then the game tries to like determine if they're going to be hard reset, where they like get up and stand, or soft reset, where they have the rolls and the get up attack options as well. But if the animation that confirms that finishes in the air, then there's no, like, the game doesn't have an outcome for that, so they just go into neutral, so they're go into actionable. This is why you smash DI jab resets up to get out of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically like we're hitting him with a really, really powerful jab, at least in the from the game's perspective, and because of that, he's not on the ground at the end of the like reset check, I guess. So if your forward tilt was at full power, like if it wasn't staled, it would actually not launch them normally. That's why people down tilt, because it does 8.
Okay.
The other thing they do is they hit him sooner in the miss tech animation. So like if you slow the game down to 0.5 speed. Yeah, this is perfect. Now forward tilt him and pay close attention to his to what happens when he hits the ground. Don't hit him. Just look at him, what he's doing. Yeah, just forward tilt. So you see how he bounces around?
Yeah.
So what they're doing with the down tilt, because normally down tilt's kind of weak, they're waiting till they're trying to time the down tilt for the like when he's actually bouncing around. You could also dash attack in that spot a lot of the time. Yeah, because he's not actually on the ground, so ASDI down and stuff like that is less effective in that situation.
I guess just with the dash attack, it's just like I find like often I dash attack and then they DI like too far for me to follow up.
Okay.
Which it's like, you know, I think of it as just like kind of playing like, I think of it as like juggling a soccer ball. And sometimes it's easier than others, you know?
Yeah. So then maybe don't, you know, in some spots at some damages, maybe don't dash attack. Or you could also like mix up with like the reverse dash attack, like you hit closer to the center of your body, because you can reverse hit with that move too. But yeah, like you don't, again, how you combo, yeah, like that. Like how you decide to combo is kind of your call. But these are just kind of the options that you have. Like these are why people do these things.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think that your execution looks good. I would love to see what it looks like in a match. How do you find, like, if you do like a nair or a fair with like jump in A, like going up, how does that feel?
So to me, it's like I have to just like I have to do like that out of shield kind of timing. Because to me that's the only way it makes sense. But I'm not really practiced when it comes to doing this, and then like also getting drift.
Oh,
you know.
I mean, like I almost never have drift when I do out of shield nairs, like not going up anyway. Like usually I'm more concerned with just making sure that my nair came out on time.
Yeah. Because like I mean it gets to like that thing where it's like I can't like mess up, because it's like I don't remember who said it, but someone's talking about power shielding, which is like some days you get him and some days like you just can't. You know, and it's like maybe, but like some days I'm just constantly jump canceling grab. And I mean, I'm more practiced now, so that's why I'm not doing that.
I think what it is it's just you're probably nervous and going too fast if you're getting jump cancel grabs.
Yeah, I can't even replicate it right now though. That's the thing.
Yeah, because you're calm.
Yeah. But no, I mean, is there? I mean, I guess just like dare out of shield or yeah. And I was like, I only ever do like nair out of shield, just for the sake of like a down air punish. Um, I don't know. I mean, I guess you can bring it up maybe when you watch me. It's like,
I mean, narrative shield is amazing. It hits on 6 if you do it perfectly. It's huge. Like, you're airborne on frame 4. She's got a big jump, which is nice because it hits people whether they're high or did like a standard aerial. Like, I don't know. Like, narrative shield, it's really good. Like, like I put it in my coffee. Like, you just use it for everything. Yeah, but I'm feeling good about how your play looks. I think that for this, yeah, we need some match data. So why don't we get some matches going?
Oh wait, I forgot. Okay.
Yeah. So
whenever I see the training mode, let me see if the spectate will work.
Yeah. Should work just fine.
Last time it just didn't really like appear. Or it appeared, but it like I think you just saw a black screen.
Yeah, it might. It's possible now that I know that you have the mod. It might be that, but I don't think it should be that.
Okay, well I'll just prep the. I got it. This is fine.
We'll be fine.
We'll be fine. I'm searching.
Perfect.
Oh my goodness! I played yesterday and ran into a Ices and
oof.
It was just one piece of information that turned the thing to my side.
Okay. Are we in a game or no?
Yeah, I won 3 games.
No. I mean, like, are we in a game right now?
Oh, we are in a game right now.
Okay, cool. So what turned it around?
It was I remember who was his name? Nicky. He like this was months ago. He was just like, oh, if for Sheik, if you just duck behind the shield, they can't back air out of shield and hit you.
Oh.
And I was just like, I remember that. I was like, oh wait.
Oh, that actually makes that's actually kind of matchup changing because my biggest pain point from fighting them when I played the character was they just wave dash in with their back to me, and it felt like after I fared their shield, like I was at like disadvantage. But if I can just crouch, oh my god, that's so much easier.
And then it's like, when I get better, it's like, oh, I'll crouch and then do a dash back and like,
why would you dash? Why dash back though? Like, we're in a good spot. They have to solve the problem. I want to keep that spot.
Yeah. I mean, it's like if they I don't know. I mean, the thing is, I wasn't punishing it. I was just like keeping myself safe. But that protects percentage. That protects.
Yeah, but they have to get out of shield.
Yeah, I'm not super comfortable like grabbing all the times.
No. What I'm getting at is if we fair their shield and we're behind them, and then we crouch and we're safe from all their stuff. Like, they have to figure out how to get out of shield. We don't have to do anything, because if they hold shield forever, their shield's gonna break. So we can so we can just wait. We can just wait, and then we're good.
Yeah. Were you able to see that match at all?
I was not, so I think that it's just not gonna work because of like probably because of the mod. So that's okay.
Yeah. What was I saying?
Marth.
No, I mean it usually leads to a roll, which again,
Oh my god, this is so much smoother than last time. Good stuff. And yeah, with the roll, what I would probably look for is like dash attack or instant, like dash short hop fair or something, and then just keep pressure on them. Like, do you see how much smoother you're playing compared to like last time we were together?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna pretend I wasn't like very nervous. I even had a friend like watch me play, which it feels a little silly to like, hey, you wanna watch? Like, I don't want to play you, just like watch me.
Why? You know what? But the fact that you're willing to do that's what improvement is about. It's like, we identify a problem, we have a solution.
No, yeah, no, you know, she was a sweetheart about it, and
I bet you made her day with that. She was just like, you know what? Yeah, let's do that.
no, yeah, no, she doesn't play Smash. She's just like, oh yeah, I always want to see like how you guys like sweat it out, and I'm like, no,
Yeah, up tilt. Oh, let's go.
I didn't touch the floor. That's okay. I mean, you know, it's like kind of everyone, you know, Marth is like my comfort, you know.
Okay. Why is Marth your comfort?
I mean, like I think I said last time, where it's just like to me, it's very readable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously the combo kind of tree is a little bit like I don't know. I think it's quite a bit nicer. Even like the very aggressive Marts, like
It's
I don't
forgiving.
feel like yeah, I don't feel like I'm at like a risk like every time you know I get like up tilted or something.
Yeah, he doesn't like breathe on you, and he doesn't like look at you the wrong way, and then you die. Like that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like he has things, but like he has to actually like work for him.
Well, and you know, it's like I can't die at 40, but I also have to DI like, you know, pretty terribly. It's got to be Yoshi's like
I'm really impressed that you did not back air there. Like on the way down from your free fall on the last interaction, because like it's really easy to do it and
yeah.
autopilot, but then because you didn't, he tried to like swing at your landing lag and you got your shield out in time. That was really savvy.
Yeah, I mean I want to do those things sort of cautiously. Not to say like I didn't do it because of a misinput, but um
I mean, like if it was a missed input, then I don't know. Like it looked really deliberate because your shield came out perfectly. There was no like flash for L cancel or anything. Like it was just
oh,
eh, held down there.
that,
He full hop burial, silly Marth.
yeah, yeah. No, I mean yeah, no, I definitely I did not want to. Aw. No second game? Okay. GG's then. I get to yeah. We'll meet again. I get so I like humanize them too much when they text. I don't know why.
Why is that? Why do you? Why is that a bad thing?
Uh well,
If you quit out on this, I won't judge you.
you know, I really it's like I lose I mean, I'm not, you know, it's like yeah, I lose to Bowser and it's like it's also cuz like I don't but it's like you know, yeah, there's no I don't want to talk about low tier kind of anxiety, you know.
So why?
Yeah, I don't
No. Why do you have anxiety when you're playing him right now?
no, it's like a thing where it's like it's like you know, there are Bowser enjoyers and I'm not going to look down on someone and how they prefer to play the game. But it's just like I can't help myself but just be like, you know, it's like I don't know what he's doing. I don't need to know, you know, and it's like I still recognize that as a being it's like not a very productive mindset.
Okay, so why do you, so? I feel like. So do you think that like the skills you get versus Bowser are just only applicable versus Bowser?
Well, I mean, in terms of just like, because I know I can just like chain grab him right now.
Can you? Like,
Uh,
can you? I mean,
I
I
mean,
know Sheik can, but can you?
I guess I can. I mean, that's part of the like embarrassment where it's like I don't really practice it, but I mean, like you know, it's you know, I don't like to do it. It's just not
Then
how I
don't.
like to play.
Then don't play the way you want to play.
I mean, yeah, it's just like
And if it doesn't happen to be optimal versus low tier, one of the nice things about low tiers in general is that it doesn't mean that you're playing like an impossible matchup. You're playing a less favorable one, but still like very you favored. So I think that people just get too hung up about like low tiers in general because they think that they have to follow all these rules. You are Sheik against Bowser. You don't have to follow frickin' any rules if you don't want to. The only one that you have to obey is like is that his up B is good, and that he has a command grab when he jumps. Other than that, just the world is your oyster. Do what you want with it.
I mean, yeah, it's just like I don't know. It's just like I also feel bad for people. Like it's like it's like you play browser, and it's like if it's your thing, it's your thing, whatever.
Do you feel bad for me playing Ness?
No, no, no. It's just like in the sense that like it's just a bummer if you want to play a game and then it's like oh people quit out all the time. So it's like all right, I'll play. But it's like I'm not really having fun. I feel bad for like leaving.
But you shouldn't. So we all understand how this deal works. We get it. That's why almost all of us are unranked. So we you don't have to be obligated to play against us. We're good.
But I don't even think it's like a social thing. It's all within me.
Okay.
It's just like because the thing is people quit out on me like all the time. And I don't know if it's like this is totally fine. I don't know if it's like because it could be like my internet or just however their computer reacts to my internet.
It's looked fine so far to me.
I just think it's for the most part. I think it's fine. Maybe it's like a 70 ping, but it's like I'm not the king of France. Like I don't need 10 ping all the time.
I think that we just need to like. I think we're just getting into I think we're trying to like just understand things that we can't fundamentally understand. Like, because we don't really know these people, we don't know their deal. They haven't really like told us, so like we don't have any information to base this off, other than assumptions. And I don't know. I just don't think we can really fundamentally know it.
Yeah, I mean it's just like I mean even there with the Bowser, he wins and he like taunts, which like the taunt thing is like I don't react too much to it, but it's like it's like is that how you celebrate? Like I don't get it,
Why do we need to get it?
That's the thing. I don't know. It's like either just like to protect myself or like I don't even know what to like protect myself from,
Yeah, so like if we can't logically like figure out a good reason, and emotionally it's just like kind of like feeling mucky, maybe we just acknowledge, okay, this feels a little weird, but whatever, and we're gonna move on from it.
Yeah.
Like what do you think happens if we take that approach?
Well, I think that's the approach I'm already taking. That's why I'm talking a lot about it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I misunderstood that then.
No. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I think I still have like a nasty tweet of being like, oh, dude, your Bowser's so cool or something like that.
Oh, I do that all the time.
And it's like, I gotta.
I love how you like stopped yourself right outside of his sword there.
Okay. I'm like goofing off now. Again, it's like,
All right. Do you have ranked on this?
Yes.
Let's do some ranked. We need tougher opponents. You're just kind of like blowing the people. You're either like trolling them or like blowing them up, or like we're talking philosophy. So they're not giving us anything useful. Let's do ranked.
It's so weird. It was so different last night. It's the luck of the draw, the heart of the cards,
Let's get a fox. We need a fox or something like that.
I mean, yeah, there's some nights, again, I mean, I don't want to say I feel bad or something, but it's like sometimes I'm like, yeah, can I get a Fox and Falco? It's like Samus is fun, Falcon is fun, but it's like, can I get a Fox and Falco?
There's nothing wrong with wanting a tougher opponent.
Yeah, I guess it's just like I think it's also I want an opponent that like the challenges that they're giving me is what I'm interested at the moment.
Yeah, because you are a person a competitor who has wants and needs and like things that you want to work on and things that are important to you. And all of that is okay. And if it does not match, if your opponent does not fit that description, it doesn't make you bad and it doesn't make them bad. It just means that they are not what you want right now. That's it.
Yeah, I mean that's this thing. It's so, but that's also like that like ties into like the low tier thing where it's like I rarely quit on people in general, and it even with the low tier, it's like with Ness, like perfect example. Like I know Ness is like challenging, you know.
He's got his stuff. He's got some juice.
There's gameplay there that I'm interested in. It can be frustrating because it's like I'm constantly falling for like double jump, you know, whatever, double jump cancel, whatever. I don't even know. So it's like I'll play a Ness for a while, but maybe I'm not having a good time. But I know I really should. But I guess to your point, where it's like if that's not what I want right now, I shouldn't force myself, you know.
I just don't think that we should feel. I don't think that we should feel obligated to feel something about another competitor, and especially not on the basis of character, of like their character selection. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Like,
that's totally fine.
Yeah, like, so I think that if you want to work on the Ness matchup in the moment because they're doing the things that you have trouble with, that's totally fair and valid, but you don't have to feel like you have to be enjoying every second of it. Getting tricked is sometimes annoying. That's okay. I think that we need... This guy's real aggressive.
This guy is real aggressive. My wife is home too. I gotta answer the door.
Okay. Well, he's gonna die. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, go. Or after this, I don't know. You know your wife. I'm not gonna advise you on this one.
I'm gonna go answer the door. Oh no, she has a key. I knew I was late too. I should have just done something else. Hey Al.
Nice, good back here.
God, shield drop back there. It's like crap to me.
It's so good. Oh, okay. So when he doesn't have any runway for the up throw, DI that way, because yeah, he needs to dash jump to get those up airs. So if he doesn't have any more room on the platform to run or at the edge of the stage, you always DI the up throw. Try to DI the up throw. Like off of it.
I see. Okay, in the direction off of it.
Yeah, exactly. Because it'll prevent him from getting those combos. Like, if he does it perfectly, like, frame perfectly, like, if he's, like, on some, like, Cody shit, then, like, he might. Yeah. But, like, if he can't dash jump, like, if there's not enough room, yeah, he can't get them.
Gosh.
We're spending too much time above him. So when we get above him, let's try to, like, maneuver so he's more to our side when we're on the platforms.
Okay, yeah, I did live that one. I probably wouldn't have.
Yeah, that's the other thing it does. It moves you to the side and then does it. So the funny thing is when his back is turned to us, because he's further away, like when his back is to the ledge, it's actually, he's got more runway. Just because the turn is gonna like adjust his character model, and then he's gonna be able to dash. So it doesn't work as well with his back, but yeah. We also still survived anyway, so. I would look for more up tilts. Again, this guy runs into our space a lot. I would look for up tilts sometimes.
Okay. Is there a particular reason why it's like better than a forward?
Well, you see how like your forward tilt missed because he got close too quickly? That's why. Up tilt like hits in front, it hits up, like it hits closer to your body, and this guy is like jumping around us and like running into us. So it covers those spots well. It also combos to grab at 0. Like if the second hit can... So like that's another consideration. So up tilt's really good.
it's funny thinking like I'm talking to the person that made the little guide on how to.
Oh my god, that
Yeah.
friggin' guide. So, yeah, so you see how he kind of comes in afterwards, like after the forward tilt misses? That's why in some of those spots, I would just go for up tilt, because the second hit can get him if he comes in with that kind of timing as well.
I'm really trying to see now. I'm like too focused on my like input.
Yeah, so I would just focus. All I would do is I would just focus on like imagine what the input will look like and what steps you'll take to do that, like to do the up tilts when it comes up.
Yeah.
And then go back to playing normally. Yeah, so you did it a bunch of times. Other way.
Yeah, that's the one I missed.
That's okay. Yeah, that's the other solution. We instead of forward tilting in place, we wave dash back and do it. Oh, let's go. Nice.
Oh. Spooked myself.
You almost spooked me. Oh, that was a good idea.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. That was like totally a read, and I don't think that was substantiated by anything.
I thought you were gonna turn around and needle. Like I
no,
thought.
I was. He kept like grabbing me where I wasn't looking, so I thought he thought I was gonna turn around and needle.
Gotcha. Yeah, I thought that you were gonna, with how you positioned the jump, I thought you were gonna call him out and falling needle grab, like turn around falling needle grab, and then like try to get the kill that way. I thought that, but I think that keeping the needles for needle grab was a really good idea, because yeah, I don't see many other ways of coming back that game.
Yeah, I definitely needed a grab. I mean, it's like, that's the thing with needles too, is I only ever use them for grabs or for edge guards.
You don't just take like 18 damage. You know what? That's something that we'll try. After you kill your opponent and they respawn, let's try to hit them with the full set of needles just for damage.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's a really big thing. Like, remember, we need about like 2 hits to get them out of like to get them into the forward tilt back air or down smash up air percent. Like around like 26, 24. Needles do 17 or like 18. That's like all the work done. Or like 2/3,
yeah.
Like 3/4 of the work done. So yeah, like let's try using needles for that. Against all the fast fallers, yeah, against any fast faller, we're gonna use needles for that.
Yeah, okay.
Do you think that's something that, so visualize how it's gonna look? There's lots of ways you can do it. And just think about like what the motion will be with your hands, and then yeah, just don't think about it in the match. Like if you see a spot for it, cool, but yeah, we're not gonna think too hard.
So you just want the full set or close to full set.
Yeah, just like when to pun it, like hit him at the end of his respawn invincibility. Because we're just taking it for damage to like get it to help us like deal with our low percent game.
Isn't that the hardest reaction? Just no tech.
I mean, I just jab that one and because I'm like slow, but I find no tech like to be the hard one for the crouch RTC. But I'm also like old, and like that kind of was an innovation that came out like kind of as I was kind of like on my way out. So I'm not the best person to ask for like that one, but
okay,
yeah. I think that because no tech has such like a big vulnerability window. I kind of think that like there's more things that work on it. Like you can just attack it in a way that you can't really on the techs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was dirty. Oh, we're still going? Okay, yep.
Oh no.
That's okay. Okay, so when he full hops above you like that, try not to like resist the temptation to dash forward. You have to use something else because you don't have any moves that are relevant against his full hop there.
I guess so. Okay. So
walk, wave dash. If you do dash, you're trying to bait him with wave dash back or something. But like don't run forward against his full hop. Usually it's a bad idea.
Okay.
You can like there are times it works, but like in general, we want to be like look at how much by holding our ground and just like being patient and getting to a sideways position because we don't want to be directly below Fox if we can help it.
Yeah, I think I put myself there too much.
Yeah, so just like below him and to the side is fine. Like about below him and to the side about like half a back air away from you. That's like that's our ideal position versus his full hop. We can totally win here. You're thinking about the position, I bet. Don't worry about it. We're just gonna...
Yeah.
We just visualize it. We visualize it. We think about how we would move in there and move out of there, and then we get back to the plane, because he's trying to kill us. You will naturally, like, do the good things, I think, if you just know how to do them and know when you're supposed to do them. So you don't have to, like... And you know what, like, being a back air away from Fox looks like.
Am I just not overshooting? Like I'm just like letting myself get whiffed too much?
You're getting under him. So what's happening here is you keep going for up airs when he's like going over you, but he has the top platform here to like run away from them. So we can't like really, if he's got the top platform to play with, up air just really isn't that strong here. So we want to be like, have more of a sideways spacing. Like, yeah. And then beyond that, he's just coming in around your tilts at like a delayed timing. So we just need to be more patient basically. I wouldn't say like just only camp him or anything, like no, but he's just attacking like slightly later than we think. See what I mean? He just goes to like a more defensive position, and then he just like plays a little bit further back. I think that we can bait him But I think that if we're going to bait him, we need to like kind of like go in with walking and wave dashing. Like walking, wave dash back, like take space slowly. I think trying to chase him is not good. We want to just pin him. Yeah. If you think he's gonna go up to that top platform, you don't have to like attack in your jump right away. You can just like, yeah, exactly, delay, and you got that opening for that.
Yeah, see, this is very new thinking for me, where it's like
What's new?
trying to bait him, but like not with committal or committing like tilt or anything like that.
Yeah, we're using our movement.
Yeah.
So this is different then. But does it
It's
feel
very different?
Does it feel okay though? Like I know it's probably tricky, but like, does it feel good or right or?
No, it definitely. Well, I feel that difference in the neutral, which is like, normally it would just sort of like, all right, well, either it's kind of going sideways for me, and that kind of be it.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I like that difference in the neutral. I mean, it's still like something that I need to figure out to like kind of do with less brain cells.
Yeah. So let me actually show you something, because I was working with Redman the other day, and we had to do this for Ganondorf. So I'm gonna send you an image, and I want you, so like he was having trouble with the top platform on Dreamland and Battlefield. So what we did was we made this, and it's kind of like the green box is kind of on the bottom is kind of like the different spots, the two different like spots you can use to work with the side platform. One of them like towards the ledge, that's more of like a defensive position, and then the one towards center stage, the slightly larger one, is also at the ground. It's kind of like where he can do his like waveland tricks and work with the with like stage control side platform stance. And then we have the box, like when you have got center stage, and then like kind of some of the different options he has for attacking top platform. One of the big things here is that he can't actually hit the top platform until he's pretty far into his full jump. So for that reason, we had to restructure how he was going for that coverage more around like how he has different how he can cover different options, like different paths Falco and Fox can take when they're top platform camping, from that specific timing. Because once we can swing with full hop up air, if we can threaten him with full hop up air, then that means that we can also threaten them with other stuff if they react to that full hop up air. So we figured out you can double jump the other way in up air and edge cancel. We figured out you could also be there if they block as their answer, right? You could also double jump onto the top platform and then nil. So that's kind of how we like structured this. And I think that with Sheik, her naturally efficient tools and good jumps, good aerials, like I think all of that lends itself to like creating systems like this and creating spots where you can pin and trap the opponent. But yeah, you just have to make them. Like you have to put them together. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I'm impressed you remember all the details to this picture.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I make these with people. So again, like it's something that I do. If you want, we could make one together.
Oh no. I just no, that's no, that all makes sense.
Yeah. So Sheik's will be different than this, but you can kind of see, like, and she'll have more diagonals and stuff because that's just kind of how she is. But like, you can Ganondorf's kind of like block shaped with how he does his coverage, but you can still take like, it's still very applicable. Do you think we have time for another? Let's load up another rank set if you have time.
Yeah.
Because I think that there's a lot to work with here. So the biggest things I'd say for Sheik. Don't swing right away.
Mm-hmm.
Like whether you're jumping, whether you're moving, whatever you're doing, do not feel like you have to swing right away. You got this.
More just like reacting to.
No, there's still like it still reads in like anticipation sometimes, but again, like it is, some of it is reaction, some of it is anticipation, some of it's that murky in between territory. It's just combat. Like just don't overthink it. That's gorgeous. Love that. Okay, now we're gonna fully charge needles. No!
Oh.
Because we're doing the thing, remember?
You're right.
But, like, we can't do it now because he's back. But, like, when we kill him again, you should always have, if you can, you should always have full set of needles going into their next stock. Because hitting that, like I said, it gets rid of your low percent problem. Heck, if you hit the needles, it means up tilt down smash is now a thing you can do. Like, because it'll knock over now. Up tilt forward tilt is now a thing you can do. Like,
Yeah.
good awareness to know that that shield drop wouldn't have worked there. So you ran off the platform and fared because he was further away.
Yeah, I like just kind of following people.
Oh, I know. Because, like, yeah. And I think that's probably, like, you look like you want to, like, just kind of, like, bring them into the fight. And I get that. But, yeah, like, they don't want to scrap with Sheik's giant, like, legs. So we have to kind of coax them to play with us the way we want them to.
I forgot again.
That is, like, the single biggest change, I think, that you can make to your game that will help you, like, immensely. Because, like, yeah, like, Sheik being good after she takes the kill is one of, like, the needles help deal with her, like, low percent problem so effectively. Yeah. And it, like, cuts out so much of the work when you're good with that, when you're able to hit that, like, 18 damage at the beginning of their next stock. Like, it makes a massive difference. And it's helpful versus every character, but especially her hard matchups like Fox. Like, that's where it really makes a big difference. That's okay.
Yeah, it's just, you're right, I want to get into the fight a little too quickly, so I always nair or fair off ledge when I probably should just, stall at least once,
Just take a deep breath, and it's all good. Like, take a deep breath between stocks. Make sure that you get make sure you have your needles charged, and you'll be fine. Because again, we're learning new things. Should be fine here. Try not to go for that full hop up air. Instead, go for like short hop back air to like shark him. Short hop or full hop back air to shark instead of the up air. Because up air just doesn't really win that often.
Yeah, it's lower on the tier of her aerials.
I think it's a great aerial. It's just not good at like that specific function against Fox when he's still got his double jump and stuff. It's like it's got a different purpose, right? Like it's better for like juggling floaties and stuff. It's a great move. It's just not. Yeah, it's just not as good for neutral in this one. I saw that up tilt. It was good.
Yeah, I'm somewhat shocked that that grab didn't connect, but I mean it was late, so I mean if it's late, it's late.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I really adore edge guarding. Oh, that's a mistake there.
Yeah. Alrighty, let's recap and talk about what we learned and what you're gonna do. Because I actually think that last game was played a lot. I think that there were like a lot of the new things in that last game, and that's very encouraging. But I'm curious as to what your thoughts are. How are you feeling? How do you talk to me?
Yeah, I felt like that second Foss was a little easier to like not read in the like in the neutral sense, but just sort of like kind of gauge sort of what they prefer to do. I mean, yeah, the up air thing is definitely a dirty habit of mine, or just more so, it's a default to what I when I'm dealing with someone on the air.
Mm-hmm.
And that is something that I'm working on doing, like the egg training to sort of like, because up air I think is the easiest for me to get the hard hit.
Have you ever seen what Sheik's like back air looks like from a hitbox?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. So just as a gentle reminder, like this is what it
yeah.
It's huge. Like it's crazy.
No, yeah, it is, and it with the back air, for a time I really liked using the second leg of
like the lower leg.
The lower legs, just sort of like as a kind of a mix up, but it's not. I found it to be more damaging when it came to like returning to the ground.
Yeah. So I guess I think that let me ask you. So what advantage do you see the up air having over the back air for like protecting for like blocking off space?
I don't really recognize an advantage. I think it's a habit.
Okay.
Just full on. I think a lot of times it should be. I should just reposition and do a bear, or even a nair, or even a down air.
I mean, against somebody who's fighting in the air, I'm not sure I think so. I would think that like when I look at this move and see how disjointed it is, and compare it to like all of her other moves like that hit above her, I just kind of get the impression that like the other moves just don't really do what back air does in the same way. I think that back air should almost always be the default if somebody is like playing heavy full hop, just because it's the most suited for that job.
Uh-huh.
Like, yeah, if we full screen this, it's crazy. Like, what is that? And like her other moves just don't really have that kind of disjoint. Not even like even her fair. Like I found, I think that like as great as her fair is, like this is not nearly as disjointed or have the reach as this. Like this looks good until you realize that it's only there for a frame. And then all of this side of her is open. And like that's kind of why they do the nairs the way they do, like where they're kind of aiming for this part of her. So I think that like I get where up air feels like it has support there, but I think that we're just like we're trying to make a strategy that isn't that strong work, rather than just doing the stronger thing. Because I think that you like to face your opponent, but I think
that's very true. Yeah.
Yeah, but like sometimes part of getting them into the spots where we want them is blocking them off, and yeah, there's no better like back air is like the king of that. So I guess what I would say here is from what you've told me, maybe like I would try to do everything you're currently doing, but I just try to look at back air as a way to block them off from going into certain zones. And to stop them from being able to approach from certain zones. And then once you have, like, because once you start doing that, I think that a lot of the other things that we've talked about, like with delayed timing, like delaying our timings, keeping, like, using your up tilt more effectively to catch them as they run in, I think a lot of that stuff is going to make more sense when they don't have so much freedom to just jump around you.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good point. I mean, even going back to the needle thing where it's like, hearing sort of the effect of having like full needles on the opponent where now they have to worry about it as opposed to like if I take my needles to that sort of threatening level, then it's just like even having them is threatening, let alone throwing them, whether it be for a grab or for damage.
Exactly. So like I would say that first step, make sure that because it's like the most straightforward one, charge full needles after killing your opponent immediately, every single time. Like if you can do it, and if you can't do it, try it anyway, because like try to get some anyway, because this is a really critical part of the character. This is kind of like how she, like, so much of her metagame is just people abusing her low percent game. So we want to limit how much they can do that as much as possible. The other part would be just hit opponent with full needles after their respawn invincibility has run out. So then the other part is using Bair to block off space, to block off air space and prevent full hop approaches. And then from there, I would just say, delays, delayed timing, use more up tilt and delayed option, and timing mix-ups in your ground game. And then I think that's where I would start with what we're seeing here, but because it's all leading to just the opponent. It's all of this leads to us having more threat and more influence over where the opponent goes. And for Sheik, that's everything, because her whole thing is her movement's not as good as the other top tiers, but her moves are really good. Like she has better frame data on some really key spots, and we want to use that.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you think we're good from here? Or do you have any questions, comments, concerns?
No, I think I got a lot to chew on, and again, I'm still gonna be like really trying to nail down that movement. I mean, or the execution thing. I mean, I want to sort of kind of switch to full on, I guess, Y jump, especially when it comes to approaching platforms. I think I'll make that just sort of my next kind of like study session, where it's just like kind of following up on platforms.
Perfect. With where we left it, we kind of have we said, I think, like you mentioned that you wanted to do this more regularly in our first session. Is that still the case, and does Thursday work better for you?
Yeah. I think that day is preferential.
Perfect. So once a month, and what I can do is, why don't I check in with you 2 weeks from now, just like a quick chat or something, and then just like it doesn't have to be long, like 5 minutes or so, or 10 minutes, and we can see how things are progressing to just make sure that everything's on track. Sound good?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Fantastic. I'll put it in probably around the same time, and with that, I think we're good. Ricco, I'm gonna let you go, but yeah. Good luck with good luck with this switch to the jump buttons. I hate doing that. It sucks, but like it is a necessary evil, and I think you got this. Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing with grab as well. Or yeah, it's well, not even because I asked Spark in one of his AMAs. I'm like, how do you like stop dash tagging all the time? And he mentioned like he realized he'd always like use the tip of his finger to hit the Z button.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he stopped doing that, it was easier. And I was like, oh, that makes a ton of sense. I don't have to think about moving my finger. I just do it.
Yeah. Okay.
The
yeah. Honestly, like this game is very physical. People don't get that. I won't keep you from your wife any longer, though, so I'm gonna let you go. But yeah, I'll see you in 2 weeks, and keep up the great work.
All right, yeah.
I'm so glad I got to see you play like more like you today.
Yeah, that feels really great too. Thank you.
No problem. Bye for now.
Bye.